The morning sun beat down on Fort Bragg's training grounds as a group of elite commandos gathered for their final evaluation. These were the best of the best, young warriors in peak physical condition who had survived months of grueling selection. They stood in formation, chests out, confidence radiating from every pore. Today, they would demonstrate their skills before being officially inducted into one of the military's most prestigious special operations units. Captain Jake Morrison, the team leader, noticed an old man standing near the observation area. He looked to be in his 70s, wearing faded cargo pants and a simple gray t-shirt. His weathered face was deeply lined, and he moved with a slight limp as he made his way closer to the training area. Jake nudged his teammate, Sergeant Chris Palmer, and smirked. "Looks like someone's grandfather got lost on his way to the commissary," he whispered, loud enough for others to hear. The group chuckled, their youthful arrogance on full display. But what they were about to witness would change everything they thought they knew about strength and courage. If this story resonates with you, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing for more incredible true stories. The training officer, Colonel Stevens, called the group to attention. "Gentlemen, today you'll be evaluated on close quarters combat, tactical decision-making, and leadership under pressure. But first, I want to introduce someone special. This is Henry Chun, and he's asked permission to observe your training today." Jake couldn't help himself. "Sir, with all due respect, is it safe for civilians to be this close to live training exercises? Especially someone of his age?" Several commandos snickered behind their hands. Henry stood silently, his dark eyes taking in each face. Showing no reaction to their disrespect, Colonel Stevens' expression hardened. "Mr. Chun is no ordinary civilian, Captain. But perhaps a demonstration would be more effective than words." He turned to Henry. "Sir, would you mind?" Henry nodded slowly and walked to the center of the training mat. The commandos exchanged confused glances. What could this old man possibly demonstrate? Jake stepped forward, assuming he'd be asked to go easy on the elderly visitor in some kind of ceremonial gesture. "Captain Morrison," Colonel Stevens said, "I want you and your best 4 men to engage Mr. Chun in hand-to-hand combat. Full contact. Don't hold back." Jake's eyes widened. "Sir, I can't. We could seriously hurt him." "I assure you," Henry spoke for the first time, his voice quiet but carrying an undeniable authority, "that won't be a concern. Please proceed." What happened in the next 90 seconds would become legendary at Fort Bragg. Jake moved first, launching a textbook attack that had defeated countless opponents. Henry sidestepped with fluid grace that seemed impossible for his age, redirecting Jake's momentum and sending him sprawling. Before the others could react, Henry had disarmed one commando, swept another's legs, and put a third in a submission hold, all while barely seeming to exert himself. Within moments, all 5 elite soldiers were on the ground. Gasping and utterly bewildered, the old man helped each one to their feet, his movements gentle now, almost grandfatherly. Jake stood rubbing his shoulder, his face burning with shame and confusion. "Who are you?" he managed to ask. Colonel Stevens stepped forward. "Perhaps it's time you all understood," he gestured to Henry. "Sir, if you would." Henry slowly rolled up his right sleeve, revealing a tattoo that made every commando in the group snap to attention. It was the insignia of the Studies and Observations Group, the legendary Special Forces unit that operated in Vietnam. But it was what came next that truly silenced them. He rolled up his left sleeve, exposing scars that crisscrossed his forearm like a roadmap of pain. "Prisoner of war camp, Hanoi, 1968 to 1973, Henry said quietly. 5 years. They broke most of my bones at least once, but they never broke what mattered." Jake felt tears stinging his eyes. "Sir, I am so sorry. We had no right to judge you, to mock you." Henry placed a weathered hand on Jake's shoulder. "You're young, strong, well-trained. That's good, but I came here today to teach you something your instructors can't. Real strength isn't about muscle or youth. It's about resilience, humility, and respect. I was once just like you, certain of my superiority. Then life taught me otherwise. The question is, will you learn from my mistakes or make them yourselves?" The commandos stood in absolute silence, each one transformed by what they'd witnessed. Colonel Stevens addressed them with unusual softness. "Gentlemen, you're about to join an elite brotherhood. But elite doesn't mean superior to others. It means holding yourself to a higher standard, especially in how you treat people. Remember this day. Remember this lesson." As Henry limped away from the training ground, every single commando saluted him with tears in their eyes. Jake Morrison would go on to have a distinguished career, but he would later say that the most important moment of his military service wasn't any combat operation. It was the day an old soldier taught him that true warriors are measured not by who they can defeat, but by how they treat those they perceive as weak. Before you go, I want to ask you something. Have you ever misjudged someone based on their appearance? Or has someone underestimated you? Share your story in the comments below. These experiences shape us and remind us why respect matters. If this story moved you, please share it with someone who needs to hear this message today. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep bringing you stories about real heroes whose courage transcends time. Thank you for watching, and remember, never judge a book by its cover, because the most incredible stories are often hidden in the most unexpected places.